Hey fellow world dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I have something really cool for you. The only gun, kind of a gun, it's Harpoon gun, it has a gun in a name, not a conventional gun, but still a gun. The only one that can benefit from Bloody Mess perk because it has bleed. Normally that's exclusive to melee weapons, but Harpoon's gun do that. Even regular one. This one I'm holding here, it's a cursed version, so that one drops from Air Williams fight, the boss fight. If you are looking for this one, that's where they drop. And there is another unique one that was available during previous season. Now I think Mortimer at Raiders camp at the crater will sell that. Another super cool one. I was trying it for defense at stage 2 of the raid, and it works. This cryo field is absolutely amazing for slowing down enemies trying to rush the drill, and it's powerful. I will show you in combat in a moment as well, but just so you know, there is a bunch of them. I do have a regular one too, so I was playing with. So that's a regular blooded with VATS hit chance. It's really cool as well. As cursed one, you cannot put VATS hit chance on the cursed one. There are limitations. For what reason, I don't know, but not every legendary effect can be put on the cursed version. So this is a regular Harpoon gun crafted into legendary. They all have Flashetti's mod and short scope installs. Those are the best modifications you can install on them. And the range is really good. That range in here, that's with perks. And the projectile drop-off improved from the last time I was playing with them. So recent patch and weapon rebalance was really treating Harpoons well. They do perform. You will see in action how well they perform. My favorite is the cursed one because of the faster fire rate. It still shows similar fire rate than other ones, but it is a little bit faster. I think it's showing 10 and this one... yeah, this one 8. So there is a difference. There is a better fire rate, 10 minutes once a second. And that's what I like with semi-automatic weapons. Once a second is just the perfect fire rate. With gunfu and everything for target switching and so on. The capacity is only 3. So you will need to reload it rather frequently. Unfortunately, its capacity is 3. You could consider quad, but I really like blooded on it. If I can play a blooded build, of course, ghouls cannot, so ghouls can use something else. But blooded boost amount of dot, the bleed dot. So that's blooded, bloody mess perk, and the bleed, like a nice trio. Nice trio. A lot of builds is possible. I don't really want to discuss build too much outside of what I included. That's really cool. So I added far flank fireworks as enemy will be blowing up left and right when they die. So I added that. I do have bleed-related perks like Wood Salta, spec for the shotguns. There was no room to add faster reload, which would be nice if I would have a little bit more room. It counts as a big gun, so can be used with bullet shield. Another super cool synergy. The Cryologist here, that's for the icebreaker. You can boost the ice damage. And the key aspect of the build, the test build, is the Bloody Mess. Bleeding enemies you kill have a chance to explode based on your luck. So higher luck is beneficial for us too. So if you can boost your luck, it's even better. They will be exploding more. And the Bloody Mess explosion is really powerful. That can take out a bunch of enemies with this blow. So super powerful explosions. And now let's take this Harpoon gun for a spin. Or for fishing on some enemies. So just to be clear which one we are starting with, it's a cursed one, and the one that I'm running with Fracturers 4 stars for even more explosions. So this is a lot of explosions. That's why we do have limb damage here, as Fracturers need the limbs to get crippled. So lots of limb damage. And about the Harpoon gun in this configuration, it's not great with VATS. I tested, and VATS is a hit or miss. So I'm not really using it much with VATS for this particular one. If you want to use it with VATS, the VATS hit chance on the second star is almost mandatory. That's the only thing that makes it work well. I want the crowd control, so I'm trying to wake up a group of ghouls, so it's not just 1 or 2. Okay, now they're coming. Now you have quite a nice crowd. Let's switch on the light, and let's see what we can do if we just fire straight into the crowd. Did you notice? That was all Bloody Mess taking them down. That's how powerful the Bloody Mess is. This Bloody Mess explosion is really powerful. They can take down a crowd of enemies, no problem. And there's splatter everywhere. Quite cool. I need to say, quite cool. Ammo, you are absolutely super positive. You really need to like drop some of those harpoons or something, because you loot a bunch of enemies and you get like 50, 60 harpoons, and you use like 2 or 3. So that's going up a lot. About tougher enemies, let's see tougher enemies like super mutants. So here we do have some super mutants, like a regular torso shot. And I did manage to hit myself with the scatter shot explosions. You need to be careful with those. They do hit quite hard. I did kill the super mutant though. Okay, so that's the downside when you run blooded and scatter shot. Maybe 10% health was a little bit too low. So I will run with 19% health, so I can take some of those explosions occasionally without instantly dying from that. You of course don't need to use scatter shot. If you just want more damage, bullies is nice. And look at that. Yep, one shot, wherever I hit them, they are dead. And bullet shield is triggering a lot. Look at that. Level 100 super mutants stand no chance. Now the VATS, as you may see, it's like 70%. It doesn't really go higher and I can miss a lot. So that's why if you want to use VATS, I strongly recommend a regular one with extra VATS hit chance. Then the story is much different. As you can see, the damage is about the same. I don't even see any increase in damage with the cursed one. The main difference is that it's firing faster. And yeah, there it goes. So even if you sometimes will be a little bit short from killing it, you can finish it off with the bleed. And headshots are absolute one-shot kill. Where is this guy there? Look at that. They splatter. The super mutants splatter really nicely. And lastly, the icebreaker, which is the lowest, I mean, not really the lowest damages. There is a significant amount of cryo. The people does lie a little bit about those stats. It's not as much cryo damage as it's advertising, but still a decent amount. But no VATS hit chance, so as you can see, VATS is hit or miss like with the other Harpoon. But manual aiming is absolutely no problem. The scope works real well, and the damage drop-off is not so bad. Yeah. That's how it goes. They basically do so much damage to themselves with my ricochet and this cryo field everywhere after I shoot them. It's slowing them down. It doesn't accelerate them anymore like it was in the past. So they will not be accelerated, but it nicely explodes them left and right. It's now the toughest enemy. Let's do something really tough. And we are using the strongest one, which is the cursed one, as this one is blooded and can fire quite fast. Let's get a tough target. We are at Salmon's Pond for the super mutant behemoth. As this guy was buffed up a lot with the last month patch, with probably final combat rebalancing. So now it's a really tanky creature. Let's see what we can do with this limb damage, cursed harpoon. Hopefully first shot gonna cripple it completely. I would like it to wake up. I don't want to attack a sleeping giant. Let's wait. The sleeping giant is up, and now let's go with the critical to the head. So the one critical, it's almost completely crippled. The head is. The other body parts are crippled mostly now outside of the torso. So yeah, now it's fully crippled. Now let's go fast in that. The big guy destroyed. So that's the DPS of the big guys. Is that a boss killer? No, but all regular enemies up to a Scourge Beast, you can deal with them. You can absolutely deal with them. That's a beast. All Harpoons, really. Regardless if you have Icebreaker, Cursed one, or regular crafted with VATS hit chance. I really like regular one crafted with VATS hit chance. It's giving ability to really use the VATS. Outside of that, the VATS is not so great. You do need this 50% improvement. As by default, it seems to be hovering around 60-70%. which is not good enough to use VATS. It's firing so slow, if you miss 3 shots, you basically need to reload again. So that's a must-have if you consider it as a VATS weapon. But if you have it, it works great with VATS. The range is good. The aiming down the side is really good. There's a little bit of a drop-off. You can see it's hitting slightly lower than I'm aiming, and if I move further away, you will see it. When it's mostly visible when you are firing outside of weapon range. So let's try to aim at that, and where will I hit? I'm aiming here, you see, and hitting there. So if you are so far, there is a drop-off, but otherwise there is none. And that's still not much. In the past, if I would be aiming here, I would be hitting the water somewhere. So that changed a lot. Now you can be relatively far away, like 300 TD is a normal range, and you still aim and hit where you are aiming. Only after that point, it's getting worse. So to this tree, I have almost normal aim, it's slightly lower. It's hitting slightly lower, so I will hit the target if I'm aiming. And that being said, I hope you will enjoy this gun if you plan to give it a shot. It's absolutely brilliant, counts as a big gun, so a lot of perks opening up for you. Let me know what you think. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.